let's move on. Let's move on to Watch This, boys. We've been
Holy
watching
crap,
stuff.
there's stuff in here for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I got
All right.
Do we want to start with the thing that you and I both watched? Do we want to start with that?
I think there might be multiple things on here that we both watched.
Whoa!
Maybe.
Did you watch Schmigadoon too?
I have not watched that yet, but it's on the list to watch.
Mine too.
It is quite good.
Okay.
I enjoyed it very much. It made me smile.
Did you watch all of it, or is this a episode at a time thing?
There's only two they released
Okay.
2 episodes for week 1. Episode 3 comes out on Friday. For those who don't know what it is Cecily Strong from Saturday Night Live and Keegan-Michael Key from Key and Peele are 2 doctors in a long-term relationship that go on a hike and get lost, and they find themselves in the town of Schmigadoon, where every day is a musical, and they are trapped. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I should
now,
watch it. Would
the
Mrs.
music-
Cheapy like that, do you think, or what?
Does Mrs. Cheapy like musicals?
Yes.
Then she would probably like it.
Yes.
It has a really good cast. It has Kristen Chenoweth, Alan Cummings, Martin Short, Dove Cameron shows up in it. There's a lot of names, a lot of good singing and dancing talent. That
I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. So
We were gonna watch that, but then we committed ourselves. Like, now that Black Widow is out, we have to catch up on all of the Marvel shows.
do you?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just
It's
I
the
mean
same way you have to
I
eat all the food in a certain order. You got to get through all the Marvel stuff in the right order.
gotcha. So you're eating the fries before the burger. Gotcha.
Right. So we thought we only had 2 episodes left of Black Falcon and Winter Soldier.
It's not Black Falcon. We're just Falcon and Winter Soldier.
No, they call him Black Falcon more than they call him Falcon in that show.
Only twice? Twice. Come on.
3-4 times.
No, that does not happen that way. Come on.
So unfortunately, we had 3 episodes left, and we got through them.
It's a lot. You can't think about any of it. You can't think about any of it, or it all falls apart. You just have to focus on the fighting part and the nice speech that he gives to the racists. And then you wrap it up.
If they would have condensed everything and done away with so many storylines that didn't go anywhere. Like, every storyline was pretty much, oh, he was Captain America at the beginning of this, and he ends as Captain America. That's pretty much.
Well, he was
arc.
non-practicing Captain America. He had,
then he has to become born again Captain America. He goes from non-practicing to born again Cap.
Yeah. He had all the gear and everything, but he was just he didn't believe. He rejected it.
It didn't need to be a whole series.
Here's
right? It needed to be like a 2-hour special. Not really a movie, but a special.
It would have been good. That would have been really good. Imagine how good that would have been.
2 hours would have been nice. I also, as someone who read the Sam Wilson Captain America comic book run, that was a really strong comic book run that they sort of borrow from. They throw some Easter eggs in there, but they don't really go for it like the show did, like the comic book did. There's something to be said when the comic book goes for it better than the TV show does. And it should be the other way around.
Every time Carly, is that her name?
The main villain?
The main villain, every time she came on screen, we just groaned. It was just like, oh.
She wasn't evil enough either.
For this show to not be fun anymore.
And to not make sense.
Right.
It'll make even less sense. It was, you know what? It was like those Netflix Marvel shows. Except with much better fighting.
It was better than those, because it wasn't just talking in hallways the entire time. There was some of it.
Talking by boats. There's a lot of talking. Yeah. Anyway, we shouldn't talk about Falcon and the Snowman. I mean, Falcon and Winter Soldier. We talked about that enough. It was fine.
Sure.
It was right in the middle of.
I'm gonna get through the Loki next.
Yeah, maybe we will too.
I think I don't know if you. I mean, I want you to like Loki, but I can't say you're gonna like Loki. Is that fair? Is that a fair comment on that?
He'll like it. He's gonna like it because he'll get all the nerdy little details out of it.
I did finish Loki and I enjoyed it. I think we talked about that.
And you like the lamps, right? The ceiling lamps, like all the bulbs.
I do like all the bulbs.
No,
Isn't there like a guy? Isn't there a guy like? There's an architect whose style that is
bulb man.
I don't know. I don't know.
Marcel Breuer.
My wife called it out because she's an architect.
Marcel Breuer is his name.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Thank you. See? So stop being
I mentioned it on the show 700 times, but it's
stop
okay.
Being a jerk about it then. You know what else I want?
Of this show.
Yeah. I did watch the big release from last week. I watched it on the HBO Max. I watched the Space Jam Part 2. Space Jam.
I don't get it. It's French.
It's French. It's a French art movie. It mixes. It's a mixed media French art film.
Keep going.
It's got animation and live action, and it's about man's descent.
I believe it's an anime.
Yes, it's man's descent into madness through technology. I found it to be very deep and engaging.
I found that I signed up for HBO Max to watch this movie.
And did you get your money's worth?
Yeah, how was Space Jam?
It's a free month. I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Okay.
How was Space Jam?
It was fine.
Right?
It's too long.
Yes.
It's a 2-hour kids movie.
It should have been 45 minutes.
Give it an hour and a half. I'm fine with an hour and a half. I'm fine with the movie as a whole. It just makes some really weird choices, and it jumps around it's a little too choppy of a movie.
It's choppy as a movie. What LeBron is a terrible father.
Actor or father?
Father and actor.
Okay.
His son is clearly a genius. His son is clearly a computer genius.
Okay.
And to Kobe, it's like his son
Kobe?
came out of
LeBron.
the LeBron. I said Kobe. Sorry, LA. Yeah, it's LA. It was that. Now I lost my train of thought. His son is clearly a genius, and LeBron treats him like shit for liking computers more than basketball. He's a bad
story. That was the story.
I know the story is that Kobe's a bad
father. Yeah, but it was a redemption.
That time it was on purpose.
There was a redemption to it. That was the whole story. Was like, hey, don't push your kids to do stuff that's your plan, right? Like, let them succeed at what they want to do. It was the family part.
Yeah.
It was fine. I think LeBron, after the first 20 minutes, I think LeBron was fine. I think they needed to reshoot some of the parts where he was trying to be the serious, stern father.
He's a terrible actor. He can't act his way through anything.
He was fine when it got to the wacky parts, and he was doing.
You mean when he was not really there and it was a cartoon?
Yeah,
those parts. Yeah,
he was fine during those parts. I thought he was fine towards the end. I can't blame him for not being a superb actor with a lot of range.
He was busy playing basketball.
No, well, it's fine. He doesn't have to be a great actor. I was gonna make the joke again, but I won't. He's LeBron James. He doesn't have to be a great actor. He just has to be a great basketball player because that's essentially his job.
How are the Drews?
Are you telling him to shut up and dribble?
Yes, I'm telling him to shut up and no. I'm just saying, I don't know. Find something else to do with him in this movie if he can't say 3 words without it sounding like he's a robot.
I thought he was fine. He sounded robotic at the beginning because I think he was trying to be like that stern. Like, it just didn't come off right. Like, he can't play that role in a movie. But
also, what about the Droogs? I want to know about the Droogs.
You barely see them.
They're just kind of there and blurry in the background.
I think the ones from the trailer that were more prominent were changed in the final movie.
Because they were right there, pretty visible in the trailer.
They have all the villains next to the Goon Squad bench.
They changed them to what I want to say were like Joker mimes.
What?
If you
you mean the Droogs were still there?
The Droogs were still there, but the ones in the trailer that really stood out, there was like that 4 that were like
they were in the court side. Yeah. I called it out.
Court side too. They're just
they were like behind people. They were there. I saw them.
Sure.
But they weren't as prominent as they were in the trailer.
They still had good seats.
What other Stanley Kubrick movies are represented in this?
I think the ones from the trailer were changed.
Was The Mask a Stanley Kubrick movie? I forget.
Yes, that was his final movie. Eyes Wide Mask.
No, what? The Mask? What?
The Mask is always so courtside. My kids got very excited.
Who's the Jim Carrey.
Mask. Yeah, Jim Carrey's a mask.
Not the
Emmeline during this movie turned to me and excitedly say, "I recognize all of these things."
Yeah, she gets it.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Yeah, I mean, kids love The Matrix.
Yes,
half the movie is references to The Matrix.
How are we still doing that?
First of all, that movie is 21 years old.
And we've had every year since then, we've had the same Matrix scenes in different movies.
And it's rated R. My children have not seen The Matrix, although I would probably.
Mine has.
But they've probably seen 10 references that have done those same Matrix things before. Like, it's not even referencing The Matrix anymore.
It's a bad movie. I don't know why we're still talking
about
it.
There we go.
Just to say, I'm going to lay it on. Space Jam Part 2, first of all, does not take place in outer space, so it's poorly named. Computer Jam 2. It should have been Kobe. That's the tagline.
Right. Well, there's a reason why it can't be.
I know.
He's a really bad
It's not
actor.
as good as the original Space Jam.
And then the original Space Jam is a bad movie.
No, the original Space Jam is pretty good. It takes its time. Like, there's actually like plot points and there's jokes to develop. It's not just constantly changing. I like their first Space Jam.
Right.
You got excited when there was a potential of Michael Jordan showing up, didn't you?
That was funny. I knew it right away. I knew what they were going to do right away.
Sure.
I called it. I said it to my son who was sitting next to me. I'm not going to spoil it for those who will watch the movie. And he still had no idea what I was talking about. So, it all worked out.
Right. Speaking of sports, I watched the Naomi Osaka limited series on Netflix, the Netflix original 3-episode.
Are you going to buy her Sports Illustrated issue?
No, I don't buy magazines. I'm a normal person. I did actually go on the Nike website to see if I could buy some of her Nike clothing for Mrs. Cheapy, but no is the answer. I cannot. It was really good. It's 3 episodes, like very reasonable, like 30 to 40 minutes each episode. Very, behind the scenes look. If you like, even if you're not really into tennis, it's very well put together scenes of her playing with nice music playing. It's very exciting to watch and inspiring. So I would definitely recommend the Naomi Osaka series to anybody. Shipwreck, you could watch this next show with your family. Because it's on Disney Plus.
I am watching this next show with my family.
Oh yeah, we started watching this. It's called The Mysterious Benedict Society.
Sure. We are
what's it all about?
Based on a series of books.
I don't know what it is.
It's about smart orphans who are orphans who are joining an agency to.
Are they smart orphans or smart orphans?
I can't explain it if you're still talking.
Meh.
And they are they're like spies, I guess. I don't know. I only watched the first episode. They're trying to stop some bad thing from happening, uncover some conspiracy, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know much after the first episode.
The Emergency. It's called The Emergency.
Right. I would imagine that your daughter must really like the show.
She does really like it.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought after watching the first episode.
Yeah, they both like it.
So is it like kid-friendly Umbrella Academy?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Exactly.
There's a team of like 4 kids who have to infiltrate a school, and there's a bad guy and a good guy. Tony Hale is in it.
Is this the Tony Hale show?
He plays both the good guy and the bad guy.
Wow. Good range.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good the first episode. Ty was into it.
If you like that, you should check out Silver Springs. Silver Springs is, I think, better than this show. They're both entertaining, but I think Silver Springs is a little bit better than this one. Disney does a really good job with these kids shows that are at least interesting to watch, right?
For adults, yeah.
Yeah.
And because they're for kids, I can figure out what's going on, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Wombat, you might like this next show. Maybe you've watched it already because it's like hot garbage, but it's good. Delicious hot garbage. At least the first episode. Wombat, you listening at all? I'm just talking.
I'm looking at what you're going to talk about.
Okay. It's called I'm going to say it though. It's called My Unorthodox Life. It's on Netflix. It's about the wealthy Jewish woman who basically escaped from the Orthodox sect of Jews in New York who don't let the women do anything. They basically just have babies and cook food and they're not allowed to do much else.
Mm-hmm.
She basically escaped from that marriage and neighborhood, and then she runs elite modeling. So she's like a big deal now, big time CEO. And it's about her family, and it's pretty interesting. And there's a guy, and her son is named Shlomo. and that's pretty much all you need to know.
So is this a reality show? Or
Yes,
is this...
yes, okay. It is a reality show. Sorry,
then I will not be watching it.
It's pretty. You don't watch reality shows?
Nope.
You?
No.
That's where you draw the line, is reality shows?
I guess so.
Wow. I didn't know there was a line to be drawn. Wow. Is it because they're Jewish?
Yes.
Is that why? I only watched the first episode, and Mrs. Chibi noped out like pretty quickly, but I feel like she should regret it, because the first episode was actually pretty entertaining. Like one of the daughters, like, listen to that. It's pretty interesting. Like the family, like the mom and the daughters and everything, were all living in this crazy strict Orthodox community. And the mom she's like, we're leaving. And then meanwhile, the daughters all grew up like learning that they're basically worthless, right? And they can't even wear pants like they have, and then now they're like coming to cope with like the modern lifestyle, and like one of them is married to like an Orthodox Jew still, but they escaped. So like she wants to wear pants, and he's like, I'm not comfortable with the pants. And it's like a whole thing. It's pretty interesting. And they also talk about sex. There you go. That's it. That's all I've been watching. But I did see Shipwreck. You should be very excited, because I saw that this Snake Eyes movie that's coming out.
Tomorrow.
In 2 days. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know. The guy from Warriors is in it. From the HBO series or Cinemax, whatever. It's on HBO.
Oh, I thought you meant the come out and play guy.
That's what I thought too.
No, fuck that guy. That guy's probably dead. No. This guy, Andrew Koji, he's the star of Warriors, and he kicks so much ass on that show. He's really like good at kung fu and everything. So I think he's playing Storm Shadow.
Okay.
Right? Is that somebody?
Yes.
Storm Shadow is going to be in the movie.
Yeah, Storm Shadow. I think is going to be in the Snake Eyes origin story. Yeah.
So he's that guy, and he's like great in Warriors. And you should probably watch that if you're not watching that.
Henry Golding is Snake Eyes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
He also probably knows kung fu.
I don't think Henry Golding knows kung fu.
This is going to be a very, very
lopsided.
origin. Yeah, very, very lopsided fight.
Yeah.
This is going to be the Snake Eyes story where he doesn't know how to do any martial arts. That's
right,
the true origin.
He goes like this. He goes, whoa.
Hold on. I got to study up.
Hold on a second. I'm very handsome. Wait a second. Less handsome man with mask. Come in here and beat up this guy.
Yeah.
And then they roll the camera.
Anyway, the point is
I'm gonna sneak away at some point and watch this movie.
Yeah. This guy, I mean, I'm telling you, this guy, Andrew Koji, he's good. Like, he really makes that show.
I can wait on this.
Well, probably. Shipwreck can't wait though.
No, he can't.
I'm not gonna wait.
No.
You have fun.
I gotta see it.
You gonna wear the mask in the movie theater, or you'll be the only one in the movie theater, most likely.
Oh yeah, I don't know. This will probably be the #1 movie in America. Why not?
That doesn't mean much, does it? Did you guys watch the Jackass Forever trailer?
No, I don't like the Jackasses.
What? It's funny though.
Man.
I was clicking through like some article about it, and then I saw like that Steve-O had tweeted about some shark injury, and he said it was like really gross. And for some reason, like I clicked through, and I don't know if this was
gross.
I don't know if it was part of the Jackass Forever movie, or if they were doing some like cross promotion with Shark Week. But
they did a Shark Week special.
Okay, so
that's on Discovery Plus.
Oh, so maybe you know about this already, but one of the guys, they decided they were going to jump the sharks.
I did not watch.
Okay, so they decided they're going to do a jump the shark stunt, and one of the guys put on a Fonzie jacket, leather Fonzie jacket, and was on a jet ski, and they set up a ramp just like in the middle of the fucking ocean, and there was just like so many sharks, at the end of the ramp, and the guy's on the jet ski, jumps on the ramp, but he's going too slow and just lands in the middle of the sharks. And of course, like if you jump a jet ski in the middle of sharks and fall in the water, the sharks are going to bite you. And the sharks like fucking bit this dude's hand off to the point where it was just like, and this guy was telling you the story. They were showing like footage of it. And the guy's telling you about it.
I don't know this. I'm getting nauseous.
The guy started crying. The guy was like crying. This tough jackass guy started crying, retelling the story. Because it was so terrifying.
It's painful and awful.
Oh, it was so awful. You shouldn't watch it.
Why would people do this?
You shouldn't watch it. Yeah, it was weird. It was very weird. And they said in like The 20 years they've been doing Shark Week, no one's ever been bitten by any of the sharks, but no one's ever jumped a jet ski into the middle.
Yeah, that's gross.
Of sharks.
I don't like that.
Yeah, don't watch that. If you think about what you're gonna watch that,
I'm not gonna watch that. I'm not gonna watch the movie. This is why
the movie
I don't
looks
like
good though.
I don't like to watch people get hurt on purpose.
They need the money or the attention or both.
I don't care. I'd prefer the Impractical Jokers.
That's lame. I can't even watch that.
That's more my speed.
It's not going to give you a heart attack, at least. It may not be like super entertaining, but it's, you'll be okay.
At least, yeah. I can't even watch their game show. That one makes me nauseous.
The Jackass game show?
No, the Practical Jokers game show.
I didn't know that.
They have a game show. I tried watching it once. It just made me nauseous. There you go. That's my story.
Nice.